Happy Throwback Thursday. We welcome you to Jake's Painting. Hey, I'm in my room. Let's get things started. Are you ready to run? Are you ready to run? Would you like to do? Alright, my controller fell from my from my video game, PS1 of course. Has it gotten started? No, it has not. In fact, it did almost want to go. It was like PlayStation screen, right? And I was like, okay, I'll go to bed. Maybe when I wake up, it'll be on, and I'll be able to play Siphon Filter 2. No, it doesn't. I wake up, nothing. Oh well. Well, let's go ahead and thank the sponsors today. But first, I want to thank the music right there. That was Cheap Trick from their album Live at Budokan. Yeah, Live at Budokan back, I guess, in 1978 it was. That was the album that really broke them out. I Want You to Want Me, Hello There. I think there was Surrender on this album. Other songs, too, that were just great. That song that you heard was Hello There. Alright, also want to go ahead and thank some sponsors. Still got Siphon Filter here, $1 7-day rental. It's part 2. We got part 1. Alright, maybe we'll get part 3 sometime later time. I don't know. But you can come down and get a Razor video. Just $1 7-day rental. Good stuff. Alright, also we have the Friends. Yes, the Friends picture quiz right here. Television series picture quiz at Jake's Bounty. It is just $6.99 at Jake's Bounty. You can get it over at Grocery Outlet for $4.99. But hey, why would you do that when you can make me a little richer? Okay? Let's go ahead right now and get into the news. There was some news yesterday. Man found shot to death at home in Tranquility, Fresno. No tranquility there, huh? This is the 6th homicide in Fresno County, not Fresno the city. Fresno City has like 56 homicides. Alright, this happened near property near James Road and Lincoln Avenue. Wednesday afternoon, man in his 20s. 3 people inside were detained for this. More updates when we have them, okay? Scoot a little back there. Fresno developer files a lawsuit against city council member filed by Tutolian Company. I hope I said it right. Accuses Fresno council member Miguel Arias of a pay scheme. This comes after the city denied a claim for damages. Tutolian Company, and they were denied a claim for damages. We'll have more on this story, and when we do, we'll bring it to you. You can go look up the ABC 30. They have more on it right now. No prison time for attack on Armenian protesters. Fresno man will not go to prison for attack on Armenian protesters. This happened near River Park last year. Jamie Fonseca claimed self-defense, and the jury couldn't come to a unanimous decision on if he committed assault. Plea deal was reached, and 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon ended up going to Jaime Fonseca. All right, he ended up getting a 2-year prison sentence, and he's already served 8 years. 8 years. He got a 2-year prison sentence and has only served 8 months. Man, imagine that if you've gotten a 2-year sentence and you already served 8 years, and you're just like sitting in the cell and you're just like, okay, they're gonna release me any day now. All right, been 8 years. Hey, let me out! I've heard of them keeping somebody in, but never that long. Let's see, bad car quality due to bad air quality. Yeah, I read that wrong. Like that would really give a shit to anybody, right? Bad air quality due to fires in let's see, the area of the Sequoias, and none of them are contained. I think there's 2 fires. I know one of them is the Windy Fire and the KNP Fire. That's in the sequoias, and they say if they get to levels of 3 to 5, that's in the danger levels. They say 4 is modifying activities, and level 5 is when everybody moves in side. You know, you can't go outside and stuff. All right, elderly and children are most affected, as well as people with lung issues, asthma, etc. All right, Lemoore man was arrested for siphoning fuel. Wow, I thought siphoning was spelled with a S-Y. It says S-I here, huh? Learn something new every day. All right, siphoning fuel from Fresno County farms, selling it illegally, obviously. 38-year-old man was stealing thousands of gas, diesel gas. Juan Martinez Barajas stole containers first from the farmers and then stole the gas and sold it half price to the truckers. All right. He was almost pulled over in Kalinga, but then he sped away, and then he was found later on under some trees in a dry riverbed. His truck was already abandoned, and then they looked further down and they saw him. It turns out he had been doing this for 6 months, and he had ended up stealing 800 gallons of diesel gasoline per week. That comes to $60,000, right? That he costed the farmers, right? And man, you know he probably doesn't have any of that money, right? Just saved up, stashed away. He probably just spent it all, and it was probably just spent on going back and forth to getting the tanks, and then hiding, and then he probably was on drugs too. I mean, come on, think about it, you know, why else would you do that? Oh no, I just do this because I thought, you know, I might well help the truckers, you know, charge them half price. Yeah, I know stealing is wrong, but you know, for the better human quality, I mean, if we stop trucks, then we stop the food. Shut the fuck up, Juan. Alright, also, they found an AR-15 rifle on him. Alright, the serial numbers were scratched off. Big no-no on that one. Alright, and here's what he got charged with. Grand theft, evading police, illegal possession of firearm, possession of armor-piercing ammo, and also had a warrant for domestic battery case. Alright. One. I'd say you're 1 in a million, but you're probably just, you know, one of like 10 people that are in them. All right, that are in your neighborhood. Okay, here we go with some Friends question. What season is it? What's the name of the episode? And who built the unit that is being pushed up in the scene? Oh, come on, you guys should get this right here. Bam! All right, so which season is this? What's the name of this episode, and who built the item being pushed up in the scene? The answer is season 3, the one with Frank Jr. I would have guessed the one with the entertainment center, and then Joey, he built this monstrosity. And I think it started out as like a little thing for like your mail, and then it turned into this. And I think it blocked both of the rooms, right? What does Chandler suggest doing with the oversized unit that it says that it blocks none of his door and a lot of Joey's door. So there he goes, right there. Kind of give away the bonus question again, but who cares, right? All right, want to go ahead and let you know that we got Siphon Filter 2 at Jake's Bounty through Ray's Video. Go to Ray's Video, not Jake's Bounty. Alright, go to Ray's Video, get it for $1.70 around. There's 2 discs. It'll work on your PlayStation 2. I don't know about PlayStation 3. I don't know how that goes. If you can play your PlayStation 1 and 2 games in there. I would think so. Hopefully it works for you. It hasn't been working for me, but you never know. It could just pop over at any time. That's what I'm hoping for, and when it does, I'll show you guys. Alright? But let's go ahead and get back to it is Thursday. We have a little Throwback Thursday. So talk about bands, garage bands, rock bands, bands that I was in when I was a kid, and bands that I made up in my head. I don't know if kids still do that anymore. Are they still in bands? Do they still rock out? I've seen, The Voice, and I've seen American Idol. or it's just one person. And you know, I haven't seen anybody where it's like a whole band, or it's brothers and they, you know, get together as a band with some friends and they jam out. And that was a thing that was regularly done, and not just in my neighborhood, but everywhere. You know, back before, you know, you had phones everywhere, you had your internet and shit like that. You were like, well, okay, we can, you know, play football, we can play baseball. It gets old after a while, and then one of us, you know, gets a guitar. Maybe one of us gets, you know, drums, or we start, you know, playing in the middle school band, and then we're like, oh, you know, we like this kind of music, we like the Beatles, let's get together and jam, and, you know, we start doing that, and we like it. Do kids still do that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, but, you know, I started in my head with bands just pretending when I was a little kid. You know, I first loved Bruce Springsteen, and I was like, you know, just in love with Bruce Springsteen, and we ended up dressing up like him for Halloween, and I've never seen him live, but if I would, man, that'd be too awesome, really. And anyway, I went on from there. I got my first guitar. I think I was like 5. It was all those cheap guitars, you know, you get when you're 5, but I loved it, and I never learned anything on it. I don't know if my dad tried to make me learn, not make me, but try to, you know, teach me, because I probably was just a rambunctious kid running around just being like, you know, and then you try to teach that kid how to play guitar. It's not going to go down very well. But as the years progressed, I wanted to play drums, and I was always singing and, you know, playing drums in my head and going like that, acting like, you know, my mouth was a guitar and shit. And, you know, I'd sing on the road trips, you know, to, you know, Lake Tahoe and annoy everybody, or I'd sing on the way to Thanksgiving, you know, dinner and annoy everybody. And then, you know, I'd try to get my brother to be in a band with me and just like sing and just, you know, do that. He'd always be like, no, you know, I'm older, I got my own shit going on, we're not going to do that. There was a few times, though, that he did do that, and then in about, I would say, 5th grade, we had myself, another friend of mine, and then his cousin. We started just singing odd songs, first about like Winnie the Pooh taking a shit on you, and then another one about like the fork and a spoon and a knife. Yeah, they weren't that great as songs, I tell you. And then the next year, I think was when I really started, you know, trying to get into other bands, trying to play instruments, trying to sing, write lyrics and whatnot. And the one who helped me with that was a good friend of mine named Ryan Cottle. And he just, you know, he oozed music, every bit part of him. You know, I still think he probably does. His dad was on a Star Search and won a bunch of times, I think, for his voice. I'm not positive. But Ryan also is a very great singer, a guitarist. I'm sure he's still to this day, a drummer. He could do it all. And, you know, there's a few of these guys that wanted to get in a band. And I kind of like finagled my way in there saying, you know, I can play guitar too. And I couldn't play a lick. But thankfully, nothing came of that band. And no one ever like was like, oh, play guitar, Jake. And I'm like, brr, 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 you know. And they're like, okay, you can't play. But later on, I would be in a band with Ryan. Again, I would kind of finagle my way in there saying like, oh yeah, I can play drums. And the only experience I'd had was being in music class and playing the band and doing the drums for about 8 months. And I sucked. I had a snare drum at home, and that was about it. And I couldn't even keep a beat. But Ryan helped me out with it. He saw something in me. I don't know, you know, why he stayed and had me stick in the band, but he did. And I learned how to keep a beat. I learned how to do a fill and rolls and everything else from him. And then I just started listening to music and trying to do it on my own. And, you know, I'd write songs. He'd help me with it and just really helped me hone in and really get into my inner, I don't know, like writing ability with playing drums and singing, and like I said, writing. And before that, yeah, I'd write songs, but they were crap. And now there's still some of them are crap, but a lot of them are made to be crap. And then some of them are actually like, whoa, I wrote this, holy shit, I sang this. And then so I hope you kids are still in bands. It's a really fun thing to do. It's something you can do outside the internet, outside the phone. Hey, you can actually use both of those to your advantages and take the phone and the internet and post your band on Facebook, on YouTube. I know that does happen, but I don't see it with kids anymore, and I don't really know any of the kids who have garage bands like they used to back in the day. My dad used to have them, and then before that they were there, in the 50s and the 60s, and now I don't know. If it's still there, let me know in the comments below. All right, I'm rambling on right now. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about tomorrow's show. We're gonna be having Funky Fridays. We're also gonna be having the news, my bounty, and so much more. Let's go ahead and show my bounty before I forget. All right, let's go out here. Yeah, but being in a band is really fun, Later on, I was in a band in high school called Anti-Donut. We sucked, but it was fun. All right, so here's my cans. But you can see them right here. There's Blue Moon, mango wheat. Let me know in the comments below how that tastes. Sounds like it tastes like shit. There's some Nas. There's Smart Water. Powerade, Michelob, all the good stuff. Trash gotta take out. All right, so let's go back in the studio and we'll wrap it up. A long show today, but you know what? I had enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself too. And share some comments, about if you guys have been in bands or want to start a band. I don't know. Right now, here's Cheap Trick, and here's their song, Hello There, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys be good to yourself, and be good to each other. Also want to thank Joseph S. Stein for my wardrobe, as well as Ray's video. Go get Siphon Filter too. And as always, thank you, Fornicate Yourself Records Studios. Go look up Jake on Facebook, on his channel, on his website. Ring that bell. As always, please subscribe. Ride, are you ready to ride?